I see the game has started. Let me just check my mic's working. Then we can get going with the stream. So much stream delay, I swear. There we go. It is working. That is good. Can't even hear the game right now, but I'm seeing it. Hello Riley, how you doing? Go Doggies. Yeah, great win yesterday. There we go. Oh, I always miss something. Is that good? No, it's not good. What on earth? I can't go any further. I have to just cut it then. You gotta hide the fact there's a green screen behind me. No. There you go. Now you can't see it. Perfect. What time is it? 10:27 a.m. Actually, I woke up at like 7 a.m., which is like half an hour before the Giants game, but then I fell asleep again. And I woke up again like half an hour later, I fell asleep again. And it was just that until about an hour ago. And then I thought, hey, there's only like a quarter left in the Giants game, so I just showered and streamed this one. I'm going to try and get up tomorrow, but no guarantees. The Hawks are at 4:10, no way. 6:20 a.m. Carlton St Kilda, 7:40 Suns North. Hopefully. Who am I tipping? My tip, I think, was Geelong. I'm going to double check what my tip was. Excuse me. No, I think my tip was actually Sydney. According to the website. I actually tipped Sydney? What? Okay. Well, I'm 3 out of 3 so far, so, you know, it could be 4 out of 4. First goal of the game. Nice one. Hello, Peliska, how are you doing? Goal Sydney. I woke up before midday. Yeah, it's a great achievement. Actually, like the Giants Brisbane game was at 7:35 a.m. here. I woke up at 7. Fell asleep. I was so close to doing 2 streams today, and I kept waking up like every 20 minutes to half an hour, and I went back to sleep. I couldn't get up, and then I woke up like an hour ago, and there was like a quarter left, and more than a quarter actually left in the Giants game. But I thought, hey, instead of just streaming half a game, I'll just have breakfast, have a shower, and now I'm here streaming this. So it would have been a regret if the Giants came back, because that would have been an incredible thing to watch live. But they didn't come back, so. But I was just like, oh, this margin's getting a little bit smaller. What's going on? I was checking the scores every 10 minutes or so. Put my alarm on a table on the other side of the room. Yeah, but I don't think that would work, because my alarm is next to me, and I sleep through it. I wake up and I'm just like, it just says missed alarm, missed alarm, missed alarm. And then the iPhone's playing like 10 alarms in a row at like 10. And I'm just like, oh. I wake up at 10 and the ATM alarm is still turned on because I haven't turned it off. I want to try and get up tomorrow. Like, Sunday's the hardest day for me because, like, there's no night game. So it's like, it's 4:10, 6:20, 7:40. I want to try and, like, watch the 6:20. Carlton St Kilda's a great game. 7:40, Swans North. Hopefully. If not, you know why? Because I tried to get up 7:35 today. Didn't work. I think what I should try is just not eating when I get home from work. As in, like, have lunch now. Which I'd normally just have breakfast and go to work at like 2 in the afternoon. And then I eat on my break in the evening. And I come back and eat again. And, I feel like, oh, if I eat enough during the day, and then I just go to bed when I get home from work, I can make it possible. And I'd save money that way, I think, as well. Because food at work is actually pretty cheap. Monday, same time as today. Hopefully I'll be up for that one. I should be. Tuesday, big game. And it's at 6:20 AM. God damn it. Put an alarm on my computer with the volume on max. I mean, first of all, my computer's in a different room. Second, I switch my computers off and I unplug it completely because the energy bills have skyrocketed in the UK. The government did like a grant thing where they give you like £67 a month for like 6 months, and that helped. But I was still paying 60 a month on top of that, just for a month of electricity, electricity and water, etc. And now that grant is finished because it was £400. It was capped at £400. So now I got to pay £120 a month for the electricity and water, and the internet bill is going up by £21 as well. So I thought, hey, this is 2 years ago, like 3 years ago, I'm just like, I'm going to take over the energy bill and the internet bill. It's not going to be a problem for me. A few years later, everything's gone up so much. To be fair, the internet bill was not because of, not the same reason, it's just because I had like an offer for like 18 months and it's gone up now. Like a discount offer. I'm just like, ugh, that's not good. That's not nice. Set up a Mr. Bean alarm clock with a hose that sprays boiling water on my foot. I mean, that's creative. I'll give you that. Is it updating? Yeah, the website's updating now. That's good. In round one, I remember the website wouldn't update. I had to keep refreshing it just so you could see the score. For some reason, I tipped Sydney, and I kind of regret it now. I know it's only the start of the game, but I thought I tipped Geelong. Did I do it to take a risk? I did this video like a few days ago, and I've already forgotten why I did it. At least I got my gauntlet right. Yeah, I did tip Sydney. Yeah, I guess I did it to take a risk then. I did it to take a risk. I was confident on the risk I took last round. Yeah, I remember now. Rowan set shot bingo. We should do a thing called set shot bingo. What's he gonna do next? But it's not gonna work because the stream delay. So like, he'll already kicked it by the time you answer. I predict he gets a goal. He kicks it now. Oh, it's a behind. I predicted wrong. Mr. Bean slept through that one as well. When I was in school, because like I've had these sleeping problems since like 13, 14. That's why I got such bags under my eyes. It's just like over a decade. It's over a decade of not being able to sleep properly. I had an alarm that was like a fire alarm, but not as loud. But like it sounded like a fire alarm. And it was like the only alarm that's ever properly worked on me every time. I'm just like, wow, this is effective. It was a big red circular thing with like a big button in the middle. It looked like it was from the local fire brigade department. I should find one of those again. They don't sell it anymore in Argos. I can't believe I lost my sleeping. I don't know how, but I went to America. Every day except one, I woke up at like 6, 7, like no later than 7. I was out of bed. I was out of bed in America every day apart from one, when I woke up at like 8 or 9 a.m. Every single day, I was up. As soon as I get back to England, literally the next day I get back, I wake up at 12:30 in the afternoon. I'm just like, what's happened to me? Am I cursed by being in England? Like, what's going on? Tom Hawkins has gotta go. Yes, he is. Hello, T. Colin. How you doing? That's what the winner is doing. Get through about 6 weeks of that, then you're golden for basically the whole season. Oh, I didn't read the previous one, sorry. If you want to win the gauntlet every week for the first 5 weeks, select a winner from the game involving the 2 lowest teams. You need to pick one of GWS Hawthorn this week's Suns or Roos. I mean, you might be onto something. It's too late for me. That's actually really smart, and I've not thought of that. It's actually common sense as well. I should have thought about that. Hello, Joey. You despise Geelong. Well, they're currently 14 points up, so... And I tipped Sydney, so that's not good for either of us. When I tipped Sydney, I must have forgotten that it's the Giants that normally win here, not the Swans. It is a Jimmy HP, right? Yeah, it is. I was just double checking. Otherwise, that joke would not have landed. Watching from a motel in Brisbane. Oh, interesting. What was that? I could be in Brisbane for the first time next year. I'm planning like a potential 3-week trip to Aussie land. I just need the timing to be perfect, because I wanna do round 1 AFL, and I wanna watch the F1 race. So hopefully that's in either the same weekend or like 1 week apart, and then it's like the perfect holiday. Oh, banger! What a mark. Probably another Geelong goal coming. I want to try and... I wanted to visit... next year, I wanted to visit, like, Perth, Sydney, Brisbane, Adelaide, Darwin, and Tassie. But, like, I worked it out like a few days in each country. It doesn't work out for 3 weeks. I just like have to cut a couple states out here. Ah, nice, beautiful. Well, it's not beautiful because I'm a Hawks fan, but it's a nice goal, and well, an even better mark before that. The mark deserved the goal, really. It's not a good start for the Swans. What does the ladder look like currently? I don't know if that includes. I don't think that does include Sydney and Geelong. And the 7th and 11th. Okay. This puts Geelong level with Sydney. Interesting. You're from Outback, New South Wales. Is the early third time you've been here. Oh, interesting. Probably ditch Adelaide, save it for Gav around 25 or 26. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like your thinking. You recommend Cairns, North Queensland? I'm actually going there this year. Oh, damn it. I was meant to keep that a secret. I'm coming this year for finals week. Obviously, there's no ticket guarantee yet, but before that, I'm spending like half a week in other places. So I'm going to. I can't pronounce the. I can't. I know Master's going to say, like, you can't pronounce it! I'm visiting a certain rock in the Northern Territory, and then I'm flying over to Cairns for a day, and then I'm flying to Melbourne. I'm literally going there to see the Great Barrier Reef. That's it. Just one day at the reef, and I'm back. Hopefully, if it rains that day, that's gonna ruin everything. I'm just like, yeah, Cairns for a day. Let's not rain, please. Great Barrier Reef. I want to see it. Ah, beautiful. Yeah, Geelong are in control here. They got another good mark. I mean, it is Geelong at the GMHBA. I mean, you kind of expect it. But it is still the Sydney Swans. I guess the mentally, after the grand final, I'm going to use that as an excuse for them. I'm going to say mentally they're not, they're still in their minds, I think. But if they don't get it off their minds, they might get smashed again. So let's not do that. Cameron kicks, and it's another goal. Unbelievable. I actually wasn't meant to tell you I'm going to Cairns. I was going to keep that a secret. I'm just like, I'll keep that a secret until I actually go to Australia. I'm just like, surprise guys, I'm in Cairns. Nah, I can't even do that. Should have listened to your bets since my last stream. You turned $50 into $3,100. The thing is, I don't have very good fortune with bets, so I'd probably lose quite a lot. You don't think the Gabbers ever sought out for an AFL game, not even the grand final? Yeah, I do definitely want to see a game there. It seems to be the hardest big ground to get a tour for as well, so I might want to see a game to get into the stadium. The reef is underwater. Well, good job. The boat I'm going in has a glass floor. Yeah. And they've got scuba diving, but I need to get on a treadmill. So I don't look like a whale in there. You was going for the Swans, but you don't really care. You're happy, very happy Dogs fan. Yeah, very good win. Freo might be frauds. The Dogs. Dogs have gotten a very nice win, but Freo might still be frauds. After the first two rounds, it's It's quite a turnaround for the Bulldogs. Tapley gets a goal. Swans need a goal back, and they got one. The first 2 rounds, the Bulldogs looked pretty hopeless. I thought, hey, this could be a potential spoon contender, but then they turned it around, and they look very good now. The one game they lost was like what? But that was in the Magic round, right? That wasn't even like it was 14 points. So aside from that, they may have lost half their games, but they look much better now, and will win more games for sure. Just copy everyone else. The scan the big 34 can't lose. Just weekend is 1-3 separate 100-1 odds bets and goal scorers from 3 games. Who's this man you speak of? Six minutes. Swans need to not concede, which is a long 6 minutes is a long time at this ground. Geelong will be on you like a rash. I hope I watch a Freo game like last night. Clear why they are hopeless. Can't kick inside 50. Can't mark. Can't score. You're right, I need to pay attention more to Freo's games. I thought they'd be... Because last year they impressed me so much, I thought, hey, they can only go upwards, but no, they go backwards. I just thought the team that came back from that many points down against the Dogs in the week 1 last year, that surely that team isn't back in the 8 again this year. No. It's gonna look funny. The end of the season ladder prediction reaction. Freo third. How have I done this? Won't look as bad as Hawthorn 13th though. My word. Oh, what a goal. Well, I mean, Geelong again, not Sydney's quarter, not at all. It's Freo's disease. Freo have never been able to score for the entire history. I find that even funnier because they've not been around that long. It's only been a few decades. Also quite ironic, I'm in a Hawthorn hoodie as a Hawks fan. The closest they ever got to a flag, they lost to us. They lost the grand final to us, and I think it was the following year, that Rioli game, they lost in the prelim to us. But I still like them. They probably hate Hawthorn, but I love them. Do West Coast games sell out? Just curious. Because I'm fairly confident I can get a ticket to a Freo game. If I'm not mistaken. Might not be cheap, but... I looked into F1 prices for Australia as well. It's pricey. It's very pricey, but cheaper than the English one. Cheaper than the Italian one I went to. But I looked at like, because like there's different seats in it. You can buy like general admission, but like that one there's no seat guaranteed. You just walk around, find a space. But I found one that's like next to like where the pit stops are, and it said like $400. It's like 200 something pounds. Wasn't too bad. It's still too expensive, but I paid like 400 last year for the UK one, so, and that's like, I don't know what's that in Aussie dollars. Too much is the answer. Because it didn't cost more than a hotel, because hotel prices shoot up when there's events nearby, but it would have been more than a hotel if it was normal hotel prices. There was one time a Dogs player was lining up for a goal. Basically, the entire Freo team went to try and fight Rory Lobb. His kick missed by a mile, landed on 50 with 3 dog players everywhere. Well, I need to see whatever this play is. What minute is this? That sounds hilarious. You're currently watching Freo 2013 to 2015, 2022 highlights. I'm so sorry. You're probably looking at this hoodie. You're just like, oh no, I'm very sad now. 2013 to 15, yeah? 2 best chances at a flag and Hawthorn ended both. You're not from WA, but as far as you're aware, every West Coast game sells out. Used to believe every sellout will still have some outrageously priced tickets available. Yeah, resellers, innit? Arsenal have a big problem with that this year because we've been doing quite well until recently. People have been buying Arsenal tickets and then selling them for like £10,000. I'm not even joking. Arsenal have banned hundreds of people who've been doing it, who've been buying tickets and selling them on our website because it's technically illegal. But it's still happening. What a miss. A lifeline for Sydney. It could have been 44, but it's 39. It's game on, guys. Seriously, though, they've scored twice. Like, no behinds. They scored 2 goals. At least their shots are accurate, but they're not having enough shots. Geelong have had 9 scores. 6-3. This might be a long day for Sydney again. May not be as bad as the grand final, but it's looking like a long day. You didn't realise that hoodie until now. Oh, that's because I'm sitting further forward, isn't it? So you can't really see. But it's a great hoodie. Sorry. I should have worn that Guernsey, that old Guernsey. The long sleeve one. It's so nice. Genuinely, it's the best Hawthorn thing I've ever bought. It's also the most expensive. I remember the total price after I bought everything at Hawk's Nest in Waverley Park, right? I looked at the price and I thought, oh, that's a lot, but I kind of expected that. And half of it was that damn Guernsey. I was like, oh, I'm not sure my cash covers this. My cash did cover it, but, I'm just thought, oh, let me just save a bit of cash. Whip my bank card out. I'm just like, yeah, give it to me. It approved straight away. I'm just like, oh, that's nice. Still costs less than my PS5 though, so I thought Heaney would get a goal there. He did not. The lob thing was like with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Oh, okay, I shall check it out. Rob Reacts managed to get tickets to the grand final. You couldn't believe it. I'm glad he did. Because he's a Swans fan. He flew all the way there in grand final week. I'm glad he got it because imagine if he didn't like that. I mean, it's still. I mean, they lost anyway, but yeah. But still, it would have been really gutting to miss out on that. But yeah, fair play to him. Unfortunately, the Swans didn't win, but fair play. I think he's going this year as well, right? Quarter time. 6-3, 39, 2-0, 12. I wanted a close game. I tipped Sydney. This is not a good day so far. Rob reacts. Oh yeah, I just read that, sorry. Sometimes I read the same comment again. But yeah, like he watched that prelim as well. That game against Collingwood. Oh my days. I was kind of like, oh damn, I wish I was at that game. That was incredible. React to Family compilations. Search them up. Anyone who does it gets like 1,000 views instantly. I mean, you're not wrong. You're actually not wrong. I watch a reactor. He reacts to it all the time. I do need to bring something else to the vlogging channel anyway. I know it's a vlogging channel, but like, no, it's not like I vlog every day. The filler used to be GeoGuessr, but I've run out of that. I need to. Now I just stream it on Twitch and then I upload it on that channel. But like, I haven't streamed it recently. £3 per dollar spent. Qantas points. Nice. But I live in England, so I don't know if I get points for flying from England there. I'm not flying with them there. I did last year though. If I buy a Jamison in England, do I get a chance at a sharing that? I'm not sure I do. I'm fairly sure I've seen that bottle in England. You guys do adverts better than us. I'll tell you that much. It's just that they're all Australian products, which we have in England as well, but like, you know. We don't have Hungry Jack's though, but that's just Burger King, innit? None of you are going to get what I'm talking about unless you're actually watching the broadcast. I see a helicopter and a convoy. What's this? It's like a military advert. Oh, it's a Toyota advert. This is a Toyota, right? Must be big budget. Don't have credit card offers like that. I have American Express, but I haven't got anything for free yet. But they do have offers on things, and I actually got 2 airport lounges per year. There's like a long list of airport lounges that I can go to. I get 2 free visits per year. Haven't used one yet. I'm kind of saving it. But yeah, apart from that, I haven't got anything for free yet. Haven't got any upgrades yet. What's this? Is this Australian NASCAR? What is it? Perth Super Sprint. That actually looks quite good. I want to watch that. I like this lion skit. When you think about it, Geelong are the early Victorian team with home ground advantage. That's interesting. Yeah, I get what you mean. Although I'd also argue that the MCG is basically Melbourne's home. They were there first, right? I know they had a ground before that, but like they've been there a long time. I think Richmond came along after. But yeah, you're not wrong. Burger King is called Hungry Jack's in Australia due to trademark issues. Yeah, I heard. I've actually forgotten the whole reasoning, but like when I visited Perth, and one of my subs, Mark, he showed me around. Like he talked about Hungry Jack's, why it's called Hungry Jack's. I've forgotten the whole story now, but yeah. Charlie Cameron is useless. He goes missing every final he plays in. He kicks nothing. Wow, interesting from Mars McGee. Maybe he'll prove you wrong this year. Because they're winning the flag. I still believe in it. Even though they've lost a few games. But they've won today. So, you know, they're fourth now. Obviously, other teams have got to play a game. But for now, they're fourth. Why am I raging about a draw and we came away from 2 goals down 87th minute? Yeah, look, yeah, we came back from 2 goals down, but they're last. They're bottom of the league. We should not be 2 goals down to them in the first place. That's the problem. We conceded after the 27 seconds, so the entire game we're frantically chasing the game. They score a second goal, we're 2-0 down, then we score, then we concede again. to the team that's last in the league, who lost like I think they lost like 4-1 last week. Let me just double check that before I look like an idiot. How much did they lose by last week? And my app doesn't want to work. Yeah, they lost 4-1 last week. I mean, that was No, they didn't. They lost 2-0 last week. Yeah, they lost 2-0 last week to Crystal Palace, who we've beaten twice. They're last. They get beaten like almost every week. And then we shouldn't be 2 goals down to them in the first place, when we were 2 goals down twice in that game. And then we scored twice. And then we missed like 5 chances after that because there was 8 minutes added time. It was 8 minutes injury time, and we hit the crossbar. But I'm just like, we shouldn't be in that situation in the first place against the last team. And our next game is Man City. We've got 6 games left. We have to, if we want to win the league, we have to win every single game, including Man City. But the last 3 games we have drawn from our own mistakes. Like, Liverpool are a tough team, but like we're winning 2-0, drew 2-2. Did the same mistake against West Ham, who are a lot lower in the table. And then that last night. And I'm really frustrated because I said this whole season, like, Arsenal can't win the league because we can't do it for the whole season. And I'm proven right again. But like, I thought we'd lose in the big games because next up we got 4 tough games consecutively. We've got Man City, Chelsea. Well, Chelsea are not playing well this season, but they always turn up against us. They play against us like it's a cup final. So you got City, Chelsea, Newcastle, and Brighton all in a row. They're all having good seasons. Newcastle are like 3rd or 4th. Man City obviously 2nd. Brighton are like 6th or something. We got to play all of them plus Chelsea in the next 4 games. I thought we might lose it there. Instead, we decide, you know what? Let's lose we drew, but it feels like we lost all of them. Let's lose the easy games. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We're not going to wait until the big games, to the hard games. We're going to lose the easy ones. Yes, because that's what we do. We're Arsenal. We're like Frio, but more successful. We have 13 Premier League. Well, I mean, Premier League started in 1990, but like in terms of like, there was still a league before that. It's just they renamed the league, but like, it's like VFL, AFL except for the Premier League. We have 13 titles, 3 in the Premier League era. We should be better than this. But apparently it's in our DNA to choke. So, yeah, bloody nothing in 19 years. No Premier Leagues in 19 years. We've won other things. And this is our best chance in 19 years. And we've fumbled it because we can't win games against teams at the bottom of the table. That's what stresses me out. Geelong have scored again. As a Hawthorn fan, it makes me even more stressed. Hello, Mason. How you doing? It's because there was a restaurant in Adelaide that was named Burger King, I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong, though. I don't think any AFL because I never sold out, not even the 2020 Grand Final. It doesn't play final at the Gabba, you should have to get a ticket to that for sure. Yeah. It doesn't help that they had a bad start to the season. But if they finish like 5th, it's possible. Looks like no final and per for me yet, but yeah, you're not wrong. Sounds more like Geelong from 2012 to 2021 than Freo. Fair enough. A lot of people are saying that this is our best chance, or maybe only chance to win the league in a while, in terms of like the future. And it's mainly people that don't like us, but like they've kind of got a point, because with AFL it's a bit different. You have like salary caps, you have trades, etc. In the Premier League, it's all about money. Man City have an incredible amount of money. They're just gonna get stronger next year. We had a chance to beat them this year, and then we can't even do that. So yeah, it's not nice. I think even Man United fans wanted us to win because if Man City win this year, they three-peat, which has only been done by Man United in the Premier League era. So that's one record they're very proud of, and their local rivals are going to take it. and it's all because we choked. Man United hate us as well, but they're just like, we don't want our neighbours to be that successful. And they could potentially win a treble. A treble is winning 3 different trophies in the same season. And they're in the FA Cup and Champions League, another thing that only Man United have done in the Premier League era. So they could break 2 of Man United's records. They're going to hate us even more because we choked it. It's like, imagine Hawthorn relying on Geelong to win a game and then Geelong choking it. That's what it would feel like, I guess. I don't know what context there would be where Hawthorn won Geelong win a game, but yeah. Not a game, a trophy, I guess. Premiership. Hawthorn and Arsenal both have 13 titles in respective leagues. Oh, that's an interesting coincidence. There's 20 teams in the Premier League though, so not winning it for 19 years just means it's equal and fair. Yeah, but there's only been about 6 winners. So the Premier League's been around since 1990. Again, there was still a league before that, but it was a rebranding. Since 1990, you got Man United, who won it 13 times. Man City, I've lost count. Man City, I think they won 7. I can't remember. Man City, and then there's Chelsea, have won 4. Arsenal won 3. Liverpool won, and then Blackburn and Leicester have won 1 each. That's 7 teams out of 20. More than 20 actually, because obviously teams get relegated. So there's teams that switch in and out. So it doesn't really go round as much. So I'd say more than 7 years and you're in a drought really. Liverpool waited 30 years. So I guess you never know. There could be sunshine in about 11 years' time. Man United have been waiting 10 years now. Which is, for them, it's actually, that's pretty big because they've won it in total, including before Premier League, they've won 20, 21. I think it's 20. I think Liverpool 19 or 20, and then Arsenal 13th, and then it goes Everton 9, and they've not won it since 70s, I think. Tottenham have been in the top 5 every year. They've not won it since 1962. So yeah, it doesn't really go around as much as you think, as much as you might think. Guys, it's 51 points. I wanted something close. What is this? We're not even 6 minutes into the second quarter. Including stoppages, obviously, but still. You like Geelong because Adelaide gone down the ladder. You have picked Sydney. Okay. How badly do I want to win? Go beat up the players in real life. Life in prison, maybe retire for Arsenal. Not sure about that one, Chief. It's what's frustrating is I've said the whole season we can't do it. I have not believed at any point this season, and it still hurts. And it still hurts that we haven't done it, even though I expected us not to do it. I think what hurts the most is like we've never gotten this close. Like we've always fallen off March, February, March. We were still top. We are still top currently in April, but like Man City have played 2 games less. They win both. They're above us. The fact we lasted until the penultimate month of the season, and then decided, you know what, 3 easy games, let's draw all of them. That's just quite heartbreaking. Even though I expected us to lose, I just didn't expect it in this way. Ah, big goal. For Geelong. Corkins, 57. Bro, they've scored 6 times their Sydney score. Forcing the Southampton game, no comment. I mean, I've already said my thoughts. I can't be asked to vent out again. Also, Man City is big for both teams. It's big, yeah, but we have to win. If we don't win, it's completely over. Even a draw's not enough now. If we'd won yesterday, then a draw might have been enough. But now we've literally got to win every single game. Because Man City have got an easier fixture list than us. Like, our best hope of winning the league is Man City not playing well. It's them getting tired. That's our best hope. They've got an FA Cup semi-final this week, and they've got a Champions League semi-final next month against Real Madrid. We need those games to make them tired. The only way we can beat them now is for them to get tired. That's the only way, and them to start flopping. Which doesn't happen because they're good at win streaks. Like in other competitions, you know, in tournaments, they can get knocked out. It's happened many times. They've never won the Champions League yet, even though they've been close multiple times. But in the Premier League, they're good at consistency. The league's about consistency, and they're good at that. So, if the Premier League had a final series like AFL did, then they'd probably win less because they're worse at knockouts than they are at league comps. Maybe I should watch the lower leagues because they actually have like a finals. They call it the playoffs, but yeah. Newcastle most likely to be the next superpower of the Premier League. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, like Man City are going to get stronger because they have the money. Newcastle are even richer, and they're just getting started. Just got taken over like last year, and they're going to spend more money for sure. They're going to be. They're already like 4th. they're like they're ahead of schedule. They did not expect to be this good this quickly. I don't think, but that's another team on the up. I think Man United will be better next season as well. Obviously they're not. They're playing badly right now, but I think they got money that they'll buy in the summer. I don't know about Liverpool or Chelsea. They're a bit of a wild card because Liverpool's owners don't really care. As Liverpool fans will tell you. And Chelsea have spent stupid money on so many players and it hasn't worked yet. So, and they've done so much that they could, you know, if they spend any more money, they could break some rules. So they might not be able to spend any more. Spurs will probably get better, but If we're below them next year, that's embarrassing, to be honest. But yeah, City will get better. Newcastle will get stronger. Man United will get better. I think we'll get better as well. Which is we need to spend money, which I think we will. If we don't spend money in the summer, we're done. I think we will, but this year's our best chance. I mean, just we've choked like it's nothing. Am I still against salary caps for soccer? No, I'm not against salary caps. Something needs to be done about the amount of money, but like it's unfortunately it's not going to change. That's the sad thing. They have a rule called financial fair play, and it basically means you have to be in profit. You can't spend more than what you earn, and if you breach rules, then you get punished. But like teams have already breached rules before and they've been fined. They've not been they've not been stripped of titles. They've not been deducted points. It's just money penalties, which ultimately doesn't matter to them because they're all owned by billionaires. All the big ones anyway. You can buy like an English fourth division team for maybe in the thousands. Because you might have heard of Ryan Reynolds, the actor. He owns a team, and they were like in the fifth division. No, sixth, I think actually. They're in the fifth division now. They're currently first. But like the big teams, it's a bunch of billionaires, multi-billionaires from everywhere. But the Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, all owned by Americans. The stadium we went to in America for WrestleMania, that's owned by Arsenal's owner. And the LA Rams are owned by him as well. So like, bang! Goal for Sydney! Yes, third goal! So like all the big teams in the Premier League, they're either owned by an American, a rich American, or a rich Middle Eastern person. So Newcastle and Man City, Middle East, and then Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, and Tottenham are all American owned. Matilda in Australia in July. Women's World Cup is this summer. England's captain is now injured, so probably will miss out. Anterior cruciate ligament, that's like 9 months. But hopefully England can win. England won the Euros, the women's Euros recently. And beat the USA in a friendly recently as well, which is, they're basically the best team in the world. Not in the men's though. In the men's, they're not very good, but in the women's they are. Saints Collingwood grand final all over again this year. Heard of the AFL player Gary Ayres? No? Should I have heard of him? Ron Reynolds wants to buy an NHL team. Interesting. $63 and a bit. Yep. There's no Sydney comeback, guys. If anyone's hoping for one, it's not happening. They've already kicked 10 goals. What was the grand final score last year? I'm curious now. $130-52. I don't know if Sydney can even kick 52 points in this game, to be honest. I can't see it. I genuinely can't see Sydney scoring that many points. This might be worse. I didn't think it'd be worse than last year, but it might be. How I said Ayres' name, that's exactly how I pronounce the name of the rock. What, Ayers Rock? Yeah, but what about the other name? Uluru. Did I get it right? Did I get it right? Stray Eclipse says, hi, Jeff. Who's Jeff? Is there a Jeff in the chat? There might be. YouTube says there's 6 people here, so there could be a Jeff here. There's also 6 likes. That's interesting. 6 viewers, 6 likes. Chat rate 1. What does that mean? What's chat rate? 1 what? 1 per what? You can't even see what I'm seeing, but like I see like stream stats on the YouTube live page. It says chat rate 1. 1 what? What's 1 per what? 1 per minute? I don't know. There's no context there. What do you mean chat rate 1? What does that mean? I'm confused. I am Jeff. No, I believe. Look, I got my passport here. I believe my name is Priyasufan David Ilenganarvan. Yes, that is my birth name. I got 2 first names. I got 1 Sri Lankan first name and 1 English first name. I use the English one, and it's specifically David because I was born into a Christian family, so they wanted a big Christian name. Yeah, it's not a big. Well, it's a 5-letter name, but it's a big name in the Bible. Now you know why my name is David, and the channel name is Davidoff Productions. So I don't know about any Jeff. I don't see a Jeff here. Maybe I should change my name to Jeff. There's now 7 people. Maybe Jeff joined the chat. Where's Jeff? Who is Jeff, Supercar? That's a good question. Apparently, I'm Jeff. Stray Eclipse says I am Jeff. Maybe I'm Jeff. Who knows? Maybe it's my actual... maybe I'm adopted. Maybe I was kidnapped and they named me David. Maybe my birth name was Jeff. Anyone see that Paddy goal? 69. Heh, very nice. Paddy, literally, as I said that, Paddy just scored that set shot. So you can kind of get an idea of how far behind the stream is. Because first of all, I'll see it after you anyway because I'm watching it from England. And second, the stream is like 20 seconds behind. So like, you're going to see my reaction to each goal like 30 seconds after it happens. RIP your passport, no longer an EU citizen. Still, I don't get why we've left the EU, to be honest. But that's just a different. I never get political on the channel because like I want to keep like. For me, one of the reasons I even do YouTube is because the world is too serious. I'm trying to like create entertainment in my own ways. But yeah, like we've not really benefited. The only thing we've benefited is we've not done that Article 13 stupid thing that YouTube that they're trying to do on YouTube. That's the only benefit we've gotten that I've noticed. It's now harder to visit you. It's going to be harder. We're going to have to get like, you know, like America has like an ESTA, travel authorization. We're going to have to get that to go to Europe soon. I think next year it starts. You got to pay a fee just to visit Europe. You got to like pay for a, it's not a visa, but it's like a travel authorization thing. A lot of Brits travel to mainland Europe, if you don't know. And now we have like our own lines. You go to an airport in Spain or Germany or anywhere in Europe, there's a specific line away from like EU citizens, and then we're just in other lines now. And we've got to wait longer at the passport area. Sydney have scored, and it's a behind, so it doesn't help. You've turned off the TV. Fair enough, Mason. I mean, the game's pretty much over. Unless Sydney have the best third quarter ever. Is there a reason why there's like one end of the ground where there's no one there? Like, literally there's no one there. Have they closed that part of the ground? I'm very curious. There's a whole end where there's nothing. It's just white steps. It looks, I mean, I think it's seats, but it looks like steps. Does anyone know what's going on there? like, yeah, maybe they didn't sell the tickets for sure, but like, there's not even one person sitting there. It's just one whole side. Excuse me. And I see no one. I don't even see staff members. You'd be so mad you can't just decide to go live in Germany or Sweden or Greece, trapped to the UK for a. Hey, we can go and live in Canada, Australia. I read an article about Perth trying to get UK people to go and work there. I don't know why, but that's what I heard. And it's actually like applying to live in Canada is actually not that hard for a British passport holder. Not that that's what I want to do, but you know. Sydney have got a goal! Yes! They're going at a rate of 2 goals a quarter. Yes! They can get another 24 points. Oh, they can't get 52 points then. It's possible. Do I know? Yeah, I see what you're doing, guys. You stretch clips. I see what you're doing. I almost called you Isaac. I got a friend called Isaac. He currently lives in China. He didn't move there to live there. He just went there to go to university. This was years ago. Don't know where he is now. And before you ask, no, he's not Chinese. He just went there to study. He uses a VPN just to talk to me. I probably shouldn't say that. Never know who could be watching. You can't use VPNs and you can't... Like, they've banned Twitter, they've banned YouTube. Before you had citizenship in Germany, you know, to get that you need to live there for 10 years. I've lived in the UK for 20... I've forgotten my age. 27 and a half years, bro. I have a case. I like it here, though. I mean, it's too expensive right now because everything's ridiculous. Our government's not running the country properly. There's a lot of problems. It's cold most of the year. Crime's going up. Everything's more expensive. I don't even want to drive because of how much it costs to bloody own a car here. House prices are through the roof. There's a housing crisis. So it's kind of miserable, but you know, there's also not many deadly creatures here. The worst thing you're going to see is a damn fox and they just run away from you. There's no active volcano. We're not next to a tectonic plate that could erupt, that could go off at any point. Like California, for example. We don't have many tornadoes. We do have some, but they're very small. You know, so, you know, there's benefits of staying here. Unless a country decides they want to start a war with us, then we've got a strong navy, yes. And hopefully America can help. Hopefully it just doesn't happen anyway. Aren't I angry? Looked it up, not even Labour's president rejoined the EU. I don't think he will rejoin the EU, unfortunately. Democracy is democracy. You know, people voted. Not everyone voted, of course, but that's not, you know, that's people's fault for not voting. Most of the people that voted for Brexit. I know it's like 54% or something, but it's still majority. It is what it is. You got to uphold democracy, but Yeah. It's just that people voted for the wrong reasons. Like they advertise this thing, right? If we leave the EU, we will give this many billions to the NHS, which is obviously hospitals, doctors, etc. We left the EU. They gave no money to the NHS. So that's one reason they got the votes. And another reason they got the votes was because they thought it would stop immigration, but it's actually increased. So I feel like those two reasons were enough to get it over, like in the majority. Like there was like genuinely there was a TV interview and someone said, "I'm voting to kick these people out of the country." I'm just like, but that's not how it works, bro. It's not gonna stop because we left the EU. I can't even vote to move to Hong Kong anymore. I can't even move. Sorry, not vote. No, we can still move to places. We've left the EU, not the world. I would have moved to Hong Kong anyway. Me personally, if I was ever to move country, it'd be to English speaking country. So like, it would either be Canada, Australia, New Zealand, because I wouldn't move to the US. There's too much going on there. There's a lot of crazy people. There's a super volcano. The largest active volcano in the world is in America. If it goes off, that whole country's done for. Um, LA will be off the map one day because of the plate they're sitting on. So let's not move to America. But yeah, Canada, Australia, New Zealand would be, if I did, that would be it. And I don't think leaving the EU would necessarily be the factor in. Oh, I can't go there. The NHS seems to be the vote winner. Unfortunately, no, because they got none of the money that they were promised. They went on strike fairly recently. There was a recent junior doctors strike. I mean, everyone's gone on strike recently. Train operators, the fire brigade. I don't think there's been a police strike yet, but I'm surprised there hasn't been because the government has been cutting police numbers a lot, and the crime rate's going up. So why would you cut the police numbers? The only numbers you should cut are the bad police officers. You don't just cut them for no reason. I heard a statistic that per person you're 10 times more likely to be stabbed in the UK than shot in the USA. I guess that's possible, but the US also has more stabbings per capita than the UK. But yes, stabbing is a problem here. I've never come across anything like this, partly because I rarely go out at night, and when I do, it's for a football game or whatever, um, and I never go down weird alleyways or whatever. Do I think Sydney come back? No, but yeah, it's half time. Um, I feel a bit hungry. I will be back for the third quarter. We shall be back um, to see Geelong see out this game, and apparently we're talking about Brexit. But yeah, that's what streaming's about. We stream whatever we're streaming, and we have a chat. It's a pretty fun thing. Hopefully, I can get up at 7 a.m. tomorrow and watch the games on Sunday. But I'll be back in about 20 minutes. See you in a. Why am I cutting that off? That makes no sense. See you in a bit. There should be a back soon thing on here. Yeah, there it is. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. All right. Yep. There you go. Just gonna turn the camera back on. Realize it was never off. How was that? Yeah, I was gonna say. 40 seconds in. The rear development is expected to be completed by mid-2023. That's why there's no one there. They increased it from 36k to 40k seats. Okay. Put a large bet like £100 on Man City to win the league. Does that even return much? Like, do I get much money back from... Where's my phone? I'll be back. I left the phone in the kitchen. For God's sake. Right, I've lost my phone. Jez has just got a mark. I've literally just... I can't see my phone. How have I lost my phone? This makes no sense. What's going on? It was on my bed. What's going on? As I come back, the Jezza gets the goal. I got a phone call. Alright, I'm fully back now. Let me see, because I got an account on Coral, which is, I don't know if you got that in Australia, but I know you got Ladbrokes, right? Which I don't have an account on. I'm just curious to see what that would return. It's probably not much profit though, if we're being honest. Premier League. Where's the outright bets? It's giving me each game. I want the who's winning what. Oh, there you go. There's a whole section for outright. Arsenal are 3-1. Oh, you could win like £400 if you if you put 100 on Arsenal. Let's see what it says. £22 profit. Oh, you literally just said it on the stream. You said it before I could search it up. That's not worth it, mate. That's like 1/6 of my electric bill. Relegation favourites, Southampton. They're the favourites. Yeah, if you put £100 on them to go down, you get £8 profit, and that's who we drew to last night. That's who we drew. That's who we were 2 goals down to that team. It's more likely they go down than Man City win the league. Like that, it's that bad. I can't believe it. Everton are 1-1. What, you get your steak back? They're the same odds to Adelaide to beat Hawthorn, Gold Coast to beat North Melbourne. Same odds as Adelaide to beat Hawthorn is what? I'm sure there's AFL. Yeah, they have Aussie rules on this UK website. No, it's not. Maybe it is on your one. Adelaide are clear favourites on my one. It says 7-25. I don't mean 25-7. I mean 7-25. You put 10 on Adelaide, it returns you £2.80. Oh, I guess it's. I guess you got better odds in Aussie land because those odds are not here in this UK website. It's got Adelaide, St Kilda, Gold Coast, and Melbourne as favourites in this round so far. I mean, it doesn't say Collingwood. It doesn't say what the odds are for that one. Oh, this is the official choral explanation of what AFL is on their website, right? Listen to this. This is a UK betting site. Australian rules football is a fast-paced physical sport that combines elements from soccer and rugby. This is a UK website, they called it soccer. The field dimensions are smaller than those of American football, so it can be more easily played on an oval cricket ground with shorter boundaries. Just 120 metres/yards. Unlike its counterparts in other countries where only tackles counts as turnovers, Australian rules has foot scrape. What's foot scrape? Which means there's no interference between players' attempts at marking their opponent's ball carrier or goal scoring opportunities within the tackle itself. That's what a foot scrape is. Yeah, that's a UK betting site's explanation on on what AFL is. How to bet on Aussie rules at Coral. How to bet? Just pick and bet now. Bet on Australian Football League matches between the likes of Geelong, Collingwood, Essendon, Western Bulldogs. Those are the 4 teams they mentioned specifically. The AFL is a prestigious competition with 18 teams taking part in a 23-round season. It's 24 now, lads. You got that wrong. That ends at grand final day when they compete for the championship title. At this point, all previous winners are eligible to be crowned as Australia's favourite team by Australia's favourite team. I don't think that's how it works, mate. Just because you win doesn't make you the favourite team. But whoever shows up out there at Melbourne Stadiums on September 30th, they called it Melbourne Stadiums. It's called the MCG, you idiots. Which means you can still place a bet because Coral will provide premiership odds throughout each matchup until only one champion remains after 26 rounds have been played. 26? Where do you get 26 from? Oh yeah, including the finals. So it'd be 27 actually. Another goal for Geelong just went in as I said that. Against some tough opponents, such winning margins gets tighter every year. Do they get tighter every year? The grand final gets less tight every year. So don't wait too long before placing your wagers. I shall wait forever, mates, because I ain't placing any wagers. Not today, anyway. What's smaller field than American football? It's more than 3 times the size. Yeah, I don't know. Got to screenshot that. I will screenshot that, actually. Then you make it square, because like on AFL community post, you got to make the photo square for it to like properly fit the page. You can still post it, it just won't put the full image up. And you got to like press on it to zoom in. I'm going to put it up now. Rowan, goal. 89. 3 goals in a row for Geelong in this third quarter. So I just posted it on community posts. So on my channel community post, you can read the explanation of AFL on an English betting website. Yeah, it genuinely says the field dimensions are smaller than American football. Call them up and ask them if you actually know what AFL is, because they don't have a clue. I'm glad I've noticed that. You see, even though I'm not making a bet, I'm glad you actually told me to go on there, because otherwise we would not have seen that today. Last 10 goals, Sydney have got 1. Wait, was that goals or scores? Either way, that's really bad. Swans have got a mark! Just inside the 50. Guys, it's possible. They can get something here. There's an Australian guy who used to work where I work. He's moved somewhere else in England now, but it was a ginger guy. He looks like Aaron Francis. Ginger guy was like 6 foot tall. I don't know if Aaron Francis is that tall, but I'm just like, oh, this guy looks like the guy that worked with me. My former co-worker. Aaron Francis looks like Andrew Phillips. I've got a good question about a prediction, right? If any team gets rid of their coach this year, who would it be? Like, who is most likely to get sacked? Just based on these 6 rounds. I mean, it's only been 5 for most teams anyway. Cameron Mark. This could be Cameron's 4th goal, and it could be Geelong's 95th point. And their 20th score. That's including behind, obviously, but yeah. Or their 15th goal, or their 6th behind. It's a 15th goal. What a goal. The curve on that's beautiful. Don't worry, Sydney are 1 goal away from keeping the average of 2 goals a quarter. Because that's going to win them the game, ain't it? Let's see if this be worse than last year. It could be. It could still be. $133.52. Let's see if it's worse than that. Son's coach, then Frio's coach. Good shouts, good shouts. Also, basically all Paul fans hate their coach and want him sacked for years, but it's funny because they keep giving him new contracts, and raging port supporters. Yeah, I have seen. I have noticed that. The Tomahawk is about to probably get another goal. This would be more or less 3 times the score if he gets this in. 1 point off 3 times the score, I'm pretty sure. That's if he gets it, of course. He's always capable. 101 points. The first game I watch live since round 1, and it's not a contest. Reading the news is quite depressing. I open Twitter and the first 2 things I see: foreign nationals, including from UK and US, evacuated from Sudan. Barry Humphries, Australian comedian, has passed away. I don't know if that's just now or yesterday, but it's been reported like 4 minutes ago. See, I open Twitter and that's the first 2 things I see. Like, life is depressing. Life is depressing. Hawkins has 4 and you're rich. To be fair, there's a lot of money to be won from bets like that. A lot of people with Premier League bets, a lot of people do in-play bets, like how many corners, how many throw-ins. Like during the game, they'll predict this guy to score next, and a lot of people win a lot of money from that. But I'm not smart enough to do it, so... He was 5-5 to 1 for 4 goals, and you'll win 13 to 1 for 5 and 30 to 1 for 6. Interesting. Yeah, there's also throw. I remember a friend of mine, a former friend of mine. He used to bet on throw-ins, this team to get the next throw-in, and he won 12 in a row in the same game. I'm just like, how are you doing this? When I try this, it doesn't work. Then there's yellow cards, stuff like that. They're saying best performance of the year from Geelong, and yeah, I agree. It's partly because they've lost a lot of their games, but I'd also argue it's also Sydney just not being very good. Come on, Sydney, one more goal and you get and you might be in the game. Not. Do you watch cricket, by the way, Mask? Just curious. I don't, but like when there's a World Cup on, I follow the results. But I'm just curious, like, and also the Ashes, but I don't watch. Test cricket's the worst for me. I can't sit through it. I tried 2020. I can't even sit through that. I tried getting Ashes tickets as well, but I didn't get it. I actually would have gone because it would have been a good video. But you got to apply. You didn't get it. It is what it is. I applied for Wimbledon as well. I never got that. I'm just like, damn. I could have had a great summer. I still am gonna get a great summer. To be fair, I've got so much. I'm doing like 4 things in July. Can't wait to show it off. 4 things? No, I think it's 3 things, but 3 big things. You ready to sleep 8 hours a day? You don't need to sleep another 8. Oh, fair enough. Anyone here watch cricket? I'm just curious. And there's only 2 people here actually. It's just Supercar and Mask. So I should have asked that in the first half when there were like 7 people here. You don't watch cricket unless you paid me $50 an hour. Actually, like people are surprised. Some Australians are surprised when I say I don't watch cricket because I have South Asian heritage, and I live in England. They're like, "This guy surely likes cricket." No, I don't. The thing is, right, with like sports in England, there's actually a class divide. If you didn't know, like people of all classes watch every sport, but like generally speaking, soccer is watched mostly by working class people, which is the majority of the country. That's why it's so popular. It's the working man's sport. That's how it's known. Which is ironic because it's become more about money now, and you get like hospitality tickets that cost like thousands, which does not show the signs of a working man's sport. But it is known as like the working class sport, and it's mainly upper class and middle class people that watch cricket and rugby, and that's why they're not as popular as football. So when people are surprised that some English people don't watch cricket, that's just how it is. It's mainly like, you know, people who are more posh. They make up most of the fan base of cricket and rugby. And also, like when the Queen passed away, they suspended the Premier League for the whole weekend, but rugby and cricket was still being played, as well. That's another thing. But it doesn't mean like working class people still watch cricket, but like me growing up in London, going to school, the only people in my schools that talked about cricket were Asians. And I think that says a lot. Like, I had never seen a white English person talk about cricket in London. And that's actually quite crazy considering it's like second or third biggest sport in the country. Cricket and rugby are like, I don't know which one's second, but like they're the next biggest sports. Northern England, they like rugby a lot more. And also, like, London has a rugby, Twickenham, which is a rugby stadium, big rugby stadium. Goal for Geelong again. It's like the home English rugby's in London. London has two major cricket grounds. It's not like it's not there. We have fans in London that, but there's still like a class difference. I think that surprises certain people as well. You used to until you could sit for hours watching guys bat and bowl constantly. That's why, like, I tried to get into it. It just, for me, it felt so repetitive. The only exciting part for me is the batting, but like eventually that just wears. I tried playing it in PE, and I enjoyed batting. I wasn't good at it. Fielding was so boring. I couldn't catch the ball anyways. I couldn't bowl to save my life. But yeah, watching it's even worse for me. I just don't get it. I like tennis though. Tennis is hitting a ball for hours, but I like that. Cricket is cricket. I don't get the excitement behind it. I tried watching 2020, and I couldn't get into that. I still like to see who wins, but I can't actually physically watch it. Indian looking guy lives in England, loves Australia. West biggest cricket fan. 100%. Yeah. Also about that class thing, right? One of the secondary schools I applied for was Queen Elizabeth Boys School, which is like one of the best grammar schools in the country. It's one of the best schools you can go to. That's not a private school. They had no football/soccer in PE at all, like zero. It's rugby and cricket. And pretty much every student there was either an upper class white person or an Asian. There's a lot of Asians there, to be fair. I know it's a stereotype, but it's true. There's a lot of Asians in England that are very smart, that do that get into a lot of top schools. South Asians mainly, but also East Asians as well, like Chinese, Koreans, etc. They also do fairly well. The Hawks, I love the Hawks. He has 5. You're a billionaire. Oh, you talk about? Oh, you talk about Hawkins. I'm just like, why is it saying Hawks? Hawthorn aren't playing. It's a very good mark as well. 18 goals, 5 behinds to 5 goals, 4 behinds. Oh, Supercar loves cricket. Hey, Supercar, what do you think about Australia versus England getting cancelled because of rain in Queensland and England? I can't speak. Basically, last year, England won the World Cup in T20 in Australia, but previously, Australia v England was cancelled because of rain. And if that game wasn't cancelled and Australia won, England would not have won the final. So I'm just curious of your thoughts on that in the T20 World Cup. I looked at that and I just laughed. England v Australia were cancelled because of rain in Australia, and then England won the World Cup. That was just like, right, that happened. I don't even watch it, but I just found that funny. I know you'll all be asleep, but who wants a reaction to Man City v Arsenal on Wednesday? We're gonna get smashed like 5-0, but I like suffering, and I'm off. It's my day off work. I'll be sitting there for 2 hours with like 2 viewers, and it will be like, oh, it's 1-0 Man City. Oh, it's 2-0 Man City. Oh, it's 3-0 Man City. Three-quarter time. Unbelievable. I shall be right back. I am back soon. I don't know. All right, time to watch Sydney get smashed. I mean, I don't know how long left. How long's left in this break? How long's left? Let me check. Q4 in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. What's the final score going to be, guys? Last year's grand final score 133-52. Geelong need 20 more points to match the score. They've almost matched the margin. Come on, I believe the comeback is on. Padley kicked like 5 in the last quarter last week against the Tigers. Yeah, but this is Geelong in the GMHBA. It's just a little bit harder. Sydney out of the 8s. I am not surprised. I ain't picking it up. The Cats players are all old. They probably forgot there was another quarter and are heading to bed. I mean, they were too old like 2 years ago. They still want a flag eventually. Gordon. Is he the guy in my fantasy? I haven't checked fantasy or Supercoach since round 1, bro. That's not even a bloody goal. Bloody... They can't even match their 2 goals a quarter rate anymore. Swans are winning the quarter, yeah. Only just. So Swans thrash the Hawks into next week, then get destroyed by the Cats. Are they contending for the top 4 or struggling to make the top 8? I think they'll make the 8, but they won't struggle. There you go. How about that? But not top 4. There you go. I think they'll win enough games. I don't think they'll be like, oh, they'll just be scraping 8. I think they'll win enough games. I could be wrong, but like this is one game in the GMHBA. I think they can recover from this, but it's not been good for them. I mean, that loss to Port will be a stinger, for sure. The one where the replay guy decided no replays. I still don't understand that. Like, did they not show the replay because it might be controversial, or what was the reason? That's the only thing I can think of, because like in the Premier League, if something's controversial, they still show you, or if you're watching on TV, they still show you, but if you're at the stadium, they don't show you on the big screen. Mark Rowan. Bro, what was that kick? Rowan decided, you know what? It's my former club. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna let them off. That was the worst set shot I've ever seen in my life. Exaggeration, but yeah, worst shot I've seen today. But Swans had just given the ball back to Geelong anyway, so. Paddy misses. Should probably charge my phone. Be right back. Almost fell over. Hey, it's a random arm. Oh. I don't know how my green screen's okay. Normally it doesn't react well to yellow. That's why I stopped wearing yellow. I guess it's not as bad on a stream than it is on our camera. Or a recording, rather. So Swans thrash the Hawks. Oh, sorry. Swans are turnover kings. Laughing stock. Let's see. Let me look at Swans fixtures. Let's see what they're doing. They got the Giants next at the SCG. I don't know. I should just filter this. I don't know why I'm going through each round. Sydney Swans. Giants, Collingwood at the MCG. Fremantle, North Melbourne, Carlton, SCG that one, St Kilda SCG. Brisbane at the Gabba, Eagles, Geelong at the SCG. Richmond at the MCG. Bulldogs SCG, Freo Optus, Essendon at Marvel. Giants, Gold Coast, Adelaide at the Oval, Melbourne at the SCG. It's not the worst. There's some tough games there, but it's spread out alright. They'll be alright. They'll make the 8. They'll lose some, but they'll make the 8. I wish all of your night games were like 7:25, because like that's 10:25 in the UK, and it's perfect. I can watch it and I can go to work without any trouble. If it's at 7:50, which would be 10:50, I could miss the last few minutes. If it's in the Freo game was like 11:10, which is I think 8:10 in Melbourne time, I'd miss the whole last quarter. I don't even try to get up for it. I'm just like, I'm going to miss like a quarter of the game anyway. But 25 past, oh, it's good timing. Hawkins on for goal number 6. Any money on this mask? Got the commentator's curse just now. They said Hawkins' perfect technique, and then he just didn't get a score at all. Geelong got a free kick though. Henry misses. The ordering of steel has delayed this Geelong redevelopment, I see. double checking last year's margin. 81 points. I think Geelong will beat that today. It's currently 82. Hello Luke, how you doing? Seven minutes to go. Plus stoppages, of course. Thoughts on the game? Well, unfortunately, it's not really a contest. Swans have been smashed again by the same team that smashed them last year. Geelong have played well though. $88 points. It's another one. How many points I reckon Cats will win by? At this rate, maybe 100. They're only 2 goals away. Just realised I've had the logos have been cut off a little bit. I didn't even notice that. If I noticed that, I would have done that better. There we go, that's better. The whole stream has been like with the bottom of the logos cut off. Anyone who has OCD is going to look at that and think, oh no. 3:29 on the clock. Epic Indian has arrived and he's typed in the title of the stream. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why that is. So Paddy Dangerfield looks depressed. It's just a scruffy beard. Makes him look like he's he's gone for a breakup or something. Cameron Mark. Last 2 minutes. Cameron on track for 100 plus goals this season if he gets this in. That's a goal. 94-point margin. They may not have scored as many points as the grand final, but it's a much bigger margin. Sydney haven't scored since the third quarter. I mean, they've scored, but they haven't got a goal since the third quarter. And they scored 4 of their 5 goals in the first half. Geelong 20, 10, 130, and 5 of those behinds were in this quarter. So it really could have been worse. Hopefully the margin to get 100 points. Oh, there's 90 seconds left. Maybe Sydney can make it 88. That was great from Guthrie. Great show of strength. It might not be 100 to be fair. Sydney got possession. 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. It's inside 50. It's alright. It went beyond the points, guys. 44, 43, 42. I'm not going to count down the whole minute. 30 seconds left. Don't worry, Swans fans, it's not going to be 100 points. Sydney behind. It definitely won't be 100. 17 seconds to go. 93-point margin. Nine, 8, 7. Oh no, it's out of play. Still like 40 minutes till I got to leave for work, but I'm going to get something to eat. 93 points. Well then. 2010 130 to 5-7 37. It says it all really. They've been smashed again by the same team. How much will it affect them mentally? We shall find out in the next few weeks. But yeah, this is a big positive for Geelong, because they didn't have the best start to the season, but this smashing and smashing the Hawks as well, it's a much better time for them. Fair play. Fair flippin' play. Thank you to everyone who joined the stream. I know there's been quite a lot of you. There's been a total of 112 views. There's currently 5 people here. But yeah, I'll go through the people who chatted. Obviously, I'm sure there's people who watch out who don't actually chat, which is fine, you know. But yeah, thank you for watching. Mason, Epic Indian, Supercar, Mars McGee, Luke. I know there's more. Did I say Mason? I think I said Mason. Riley. Who else? There was someone else. Stray Eclipse, who thinks my name is Jeff. There was someone else that Sammy G was there for like 5 seconds. T. Cullen, yeah, that's who I forgot. T. Cullen. Grass 10 as well was here at the start. And Riley Muster. There's actually 2 Rileys. There's Riley Talks Everything and Riley Muster. And the playlist guy was there at the start of the stream. So, yeah, Riley Talks Everything. That's all the names in the chat. And thank you to everyone who watched, who chatted, and obviously the people who watched and didn't chat. Thank you. And 8 people who liked as well. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Chat rate is now 4, apparently. You tipping Swans just because your dad goes to them. I tipped the Swans as well. That's my first wrong tip. I was 3 out of 3, and then this happens. You have no regrets not watching this game. Deja vu again for the Swans. At least one Sydney team can win here, and that's GWS. Next for Anzac Day. Top 4 both for the first time in 23 years. Am I getting it for 23? Yeah. As far as I know, they're releasing it on digital in the UK. Outside Australia, basically, everywhere it's releasing in digital, apparently. It's not on the PlayStation Store yet for pre-order, but when it comes out, it should be available, hopefully. But yeah, I will get it. Hopefully it's good. Yeah. So yeah. I hope I can get up tomorrow. I tried to get up at 7 a.m. today to watch the Giants game. Didn't happen. This was 10:25 a.m. Tomorrow, if I do wake up, 6:20 a.m. Carlton St Kilda. I hope I wake up for that. 7:40 a.m. Suns North. Monday night or morning for me, 10:25 Melbourne Richmond. Hopefully I'm awake. Collingwood Essendon, 6:20 a.m. Hopefully I get to wake up for those. I'm working all of those days as well. Brilliant. My next day off is Wednesday, so that doesn't correlate with any AFL games. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Why is Eddie Betts in the studio? Is he not one of the coaches anymore? Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.